Joey. I have to tell you before I start my video that it is a dark and stormy night here. You may hear some thunder in the background, and it is raining cats and dogs, so that means that my frog may show up on the windowsill because he comes out when it rains. And we've had almost no internet for a good part of the day today. It's just a really stormy day, but it is the perfect evening for playing with our beads. So maybe where you are, there's a storm, and we can like hunker down and look at our beads together and make something. So this is my dollar bead box and bag for July 2025, and it is so funny, you guys, because I literally had my phone case here, and I just bought a little selection of these mini lanyards to do some interchangeable lanyards so that I can make like a wristlet on my phone case. And I had this, and then my dollar bead box and bag came, so that's what I'm going to do. That's going to be my fast, sweet little project. There's even a charm in here that I just love. And they preface the box by saying, things are a little stressful right now in the world, in the news, with the weather, the heat of the summer. So many places are just really excessively hot. And so they did this palette to be cool and calm and serene, and it really is. Oh my, there's another clap of thunder. So I'm going to start with a quick unboxing, and then I want to show you how I plan to do my really decorative lanyard. It's going to be almost like phone case jewelry. What I have here, these 8 strands are what come in the dollar bead bag. I'm going to do those first. That is an add-on subscription for only $8 a month. And if you are brand new to the Dollar Bead Club, the subscription to the bead box is extremely reasonable. It is a curated sampler of check glass and pewter and all kinds of, they always have cool things. And then the dollar bead bag is an add-on of 8 strands of check glass faceted rounds every month. 4 of them will be 3mm and 4 of them will be 4mm. And by subscribing to the box, it gives you access as a shopper. You are then part of the price club, and you can access the website and buy anything you want for $1. So if you wanted more of any of the strands, $1 a strand. It's like going to a bargain sale, and you can shop as much as you want. But if you are not interested in getting a monthly thing, or committing to a monthly thing, which everybody understands, you can pay an annual fee. Like for my American friends, you're familiar with Costco and Sam's and some of the price clubs. This is the same thing. You just pay a really low annual fee, and that makes you a member, and then you can shop as much as you want for all the strands are $1. And they have check glass buttons. It's a very sweet little website. It's one of the first ones that I signed up for years before I was on YouTube, and it's always very inspiring. So that's the rundown, and I have a discount code. If you open the description box underneath this video, you can get a discount off of either your annual fee or your subscription. So use my code. It helps out my channel, and it helps you out too. So let's do these strands in the dollar bead bag first. I'll start with the 3mm strands. On this one, there is an either a matte rainbow blue iris or a blue turquoise nebulous luster, and I got the matte rainbow blue iris. This is for only a 3mm bead. Absolutely gorgeous. There are so many colors in there. It's such a rich, deep, just such a rich, deep colorway for such a small bead. And then up next, everyone would have had an either or again, a white opal or crystal blue zircon. White opal or crystal. I'm converging 2 lines. And I got the white opal because you can see it's very clearly the white opal. It's only a 3mm bead, but I love this. I really love the small scale of jewelry. This is perfect as a spacer, but if you guys have been around before, you know that I love to do spiral beads. I love to make my own ring components, and smaller beads work beautifully for that. It's like a step up from doing it with seed beads. So I love getting those. And then the next one is an either a crystal blue zircon or a crystal half blue iris. And I got the crystal half blue iris because you can see that kind of cobalt blue is here, and as you look at the beads, half of each bead is crystal, and you can see through it. They are so, these for 3mm bead, they're faceted and they have these gorgeous finishes. I just absolutely love them. And then there was an either or on this last one as well, either medium sapphire or matte medium sapphire. And I got the matte. It feels a little bit frosted. It has a little bit, you know, you just can feel the matte on there. I don't know how to say it. And in 4mm strands, we got a matte blue iris. Isn't that stunning? And I love, like, this really goes with this strand. I love getting the same bead in different sizes, but with the same color family. Your possibilities are just endless with that. And then up next, everyone got a matte sapphire Maria. This is one of my favorite beads in the box. I love check glass faceted rounds anyway. I love check glass. I mean, if you're a jewelry maker, who doesn't love it? But this is just absolutely stunning colorway. And I love it so much. And it's not pink, and I still love it. That's a joke for those of you that know me a little bit. I have everything pink. This one is a blue opal. Look at this bead. Ay, 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 this is gorgeous. You know, like what I am seeing with my eye and in my hand is amazing. The opalescent water blue color here. I really hope the cameras get rendering you the same thing that I'm seeing. This is the most amazing bead. I just love this. And the 4mm size is so sweet. There is like an opal happening for my eye, just like that little bit of variation, just the different depths of that blue. I really don't want to put it down. It's so gorgeous. And then we have an either or on this one, either the matte medium sapphire or the matte medium sapphire AB. And I got the sapphire AB. If you're newer to beads, AB stands for Aurora Borealis, and it is just this finish that gives this flash, like you can see it on the beads as I turn them. And it's like the flash of lights, and it really, on a lot of the beads, it really does remind you of the northern lights. But can you see like all the flash? It's so gorgeous. Oh my, I could just play with those forever. Okay, so that is the dollar bead bag. I'm gonna set those aside so we don't get confused, but look at this deliciousness. Oh my goodness. And I just have to pause here and show you guys, if you didn't see my video last month when I opened the box with all the check glass strands, I saw watermelon. And so that's what I was saying. When you get the thunder, I don't know if my microphone is picking it up, but it's hard to talk over it. It's just so wonderful. I love to listen to a stormy night. But anyway, that's what I was saying. When you get all the different colors in the same bead, there's just so many design possibilities. So that's what I did with my check glass strands from last month. Like, this box is just so fun and so inspiring. Okay, I'm gonna move on to this, which is what came in the July dollar bead box. And I'm going to start with the strands, and the first strand is one of my favorite check glass beads of all time, and I think I'm going to be using some of these in my project. This is a 6mm Lucerna bicone. There's 25 pieces here, and this is an either or opaque light blue or dark aqua. I got the opaque light blue, and I love it. I love, love, love this color. And since I am a pink girl, I just have to say this pairs beautifully with shades of pink, and I just like, oh, I can never have enough of those. I love it so much. And then look at this little druck. This is a 4mm check druck in light blue. There's 30 pieces here. A druck is a smooth round bead. It doesn't have fluting or faceting or table cutting. It's just smooth and perfect. And look at that color. Oh my. I'm going to just grab this opal blue. Look at those together. Ay, ay, ay. That is so pretty. I don't want to put it down. I love it so much. And then look at the olive beads. They did such a great job with this box. It's really exciting. These are 5 by 11mm check glass olive beads in blue and white, and there are 12 pieces here. Aren't they amazing? I love this little bead, and it is so smooth. It's silky soft, you guys. So like a bracelet or anything that's going to be on your skin in this glass is absolutely just wonderful. And even just a simple strung bracelet, even a stretch bracelet with a little dot of gold or silver in between, this is the best summer jewelry because it's stunning, but it's lightweight and it won't, heat you up. Oh my, this is a stormy night. Oh goodness. Okay, Up next is a 5mm strand of beads. This is check fire polish. There's 25 pieces and it's called Coral Beach. Isn't it gorgeous? It has like all the watercolors and then a little bit of the seashell colors. This color you find a lot happening in a lot of natural seashells. This is absolutely beautiful. Oh, my Alexa box is going off. I don't know if you heard the notification, but we have a flood warning in my area and a tornado warning. It is a really stormy night. I'm going to keep filming as long as I have electricity because we've been without the internet for a good bit of the day and it's back on now as well. So I'm going to try to get through this. I love this. I have never seen this bead. This is a 3mm, another check glass Druck. And there's, I got the teal half metallic Lumi. I don't know if you can see the metallic on this. I'm trying to turn it slowly. I have never seen this finish on this bead. The other possibility in the box is there might be a multi-metallic mix or the teal half metallic Lumi. I know I got the half metallic Lumi and that is just absolutely stunning. And you know, there's 35 pieces here, so my little ring components that I make, I need either 6 or 8 beads to make those rings. So there's enough here to do a few and you could link them together and just make a gorgeous bracelet with that. I love it. Or earrings. This would make stunning earrings. See, I'm designing in my head. I get very, very inspired with my dollar bead box and bag every month. It is one of my most exciting boxes that I review for you guys. I really genuinely have no problem being enthusiastic about it. And then the last of the beads in the strands before we get to the additional items is a check glass fire polish bead, and it would be a turquoise silver travertine in either 5mm, which you would get 25 pieces, or 6mm, which you would get 20 pieces, and I got the 6mm, which is my favorite bead size. That is the sweet bead. If I am doing a chunkier piece of jewelry, a 6mm bead is my go-to spacer, but I do like smaller jewelry most of the time. That's my personal style. So a 6mm bead is, just bead perfection in Joey land. I love that. Okay, we have a few items in additional items, and let me grab a little piece of wire. I'm talking a little bit fast, I think, because of the storm. I feel like I might lose power, and I'm kind of trying to finish my video just in case that happens. But these are Chinese glass laser etched rounds. They are absolutely gorgeous. I have had these before from Dollar Bead, and there's two different possibilities. You would either get the star pattern or the peacock. I got the star pattern. I think the peacock in this is you don't see the white. I think. I am not totally sure because this is the one that I've received before from Dollar Bead Club, so I'm not really sure. And then this is the little charm that's going to go on my phone jewelry. Isn't he gorgeous? This little pewter cat in silver, and I have a kitty cat. Her name is Bella, and look how dimensional this charm is. This is amazing. Even the little tail, I love that. And if you guys don't know, they've done studies. Holding a cat and petting a cat can even lower your blood pressure. So it's fitting that they were putting a cool, calm, serene palette together and that they included a little cat. Dogs can help too. Like my dog is very comforting as well, but I love that little kitty cat. And then there is 25 pieces here of this 4mm check glass Druck in a dark aqua. Again, bead perfection. Look at that gorgeous bead. Just so pretty. And again, I have to grab this opal, like mixing these blues is so pretty. And even forgive me for playing a little bit, but even doing the dark aqua and then the light blue together, what a beautiful combination. I applaud the team over at Dollar Bead. They did a fabulous job this month. And then there are two two hole beads. These are jet blue AB pyramid beads. So a pyramid bead has two holes. These are so fun because if you use this as your focal on a double strand bracelet, you can create some negative space. You can do the coolest earrings with this by looping up and back down. I just love these even for rings. You can do a double what do I want to say, a double ring to go around your finger, but that is like the sweet size for a ring. So I just love that bead. I do have a few of those, but I love them. And up next is this Chinese crystal teardrop. It's a metallic teal AB. There's 4 pieces. So this is 20 gauge wire. Oh, and it goes through. So when I saw this, I thought how beautiful it would be to do a briolette wrap and wrap the wire down over the point of the crystal. And then this be the drop for almost anything else in the box. I especially love it with this bead. Look at that. It's so gorgeous, just for like a really sweet pair of earrings. They're just beautiful. And up next is 2 spiral charms in silver. They look like little snails. They're perfect for the summer because they do have that seashell or that little, earthy snail look. And then this is really cool. These are check glass squarelet beads in either crystal Maria or copper Maria. I got the copper. I've had this bead before too. Now I don't know if 20 gauge wire is going to like this hole. Oh, it does. Look at that. That's amazing. These are so cool. You can make drops out of them, but you can also put your jump rings through the hole. And you can also just string them just like that and have a textural component in a piece of jewelry. And as they turn, like, I don't know if you can see, like, the finish on these is just stunning. It goes from like a burgundy to a hot pink to a dark purple to the gold to the copper. It's just a beautiful bead. I love that. And then I'm so thrilled to get this because I'm going to use this as kind of the focal on my cell phone jewelry. This is a check glass daisy, and everybody got light blue with a copper wash. Isn't it gorgeous? 2-sided, and I love check glass flowers. I just keep getting a larger and larger organizing bin because I can never destash them. And speaking of flowers, there are 2 little silver pewter flowers in here. These are so sweet. They're like little daisies. So pretty. Nice dimension on those. And then these are cool. I have seen these before, but not in this color, or I don't have it in this color. This is a check glass tabular spiral, and the colorway is called Blue Marble. It's so beautiful. Let me take a couple of them because this is one of those swirl glass beads that each bead has its own little personality. It goes from light to dark, and you see the striations in it almost like natural stone. It's like the most beautiful glass. I just love it. So pretty. There's 4 pieces of that, and then the classic check glass butterfly. And this is so cool. This is navy with a silver wash. This is so denim friendly. I mean, that is just the perfect little bead to either do a charm. Like, I love hanging something from my extender chains on my bracelet. This is perfect for that. It's perfect for earrings, but even if you wanted to have a butterfly like in with your flowers and other beads, it's just a perfect little bead. I love getting those. And then this is really cool. Now, you guys who know me a little, again, I love pearls and I really love Baroque pearls, but this is a check glass Baroque pearl in white. There are 6 pieces. So it is glass. It's a pressed glass. It has that pearly finish on it, which is just amazing, but it's done to look a little irregular and a little bit the way Baroque pearls, where no 2 are alike. I mean, these are alike because, they're man-made, but the check glass is so awesome. And Baroque pearls can be pretty pricey, so that gives you that look that, you know, kind of, I say perfectly imperfect, but isn't that just absolutely stunning? There's 6 pieces here. So you know what I would love to see with these is a beaded chain, 3 for each ear, for an earring. That is just absolutely gorgeous. Oh my goodness, the team at Dollar Bead box and bag, you guys are amazing. I love everything. I'm going to jump right into a project. I think I'm going to keep out these and these and these. I love this. Do I want to use some of these? I think I'm going to hoard this for a little bit. I want my flower. I want my kitty cat, and I'm going to set the rest of this aside. Do I want to add this in? Oh, that's so pretty. This is my mini lanyard. I'll leave it out there. I really love it. So let me start my stringing. Let me set this aside. I am going to be using my Soft Flex 49 strand bead stringing wire in the fluorite color. It's just a really pretty soft, like sea foamy green. It's pretty much going to disappear with all these blues and turquoises. And then I also want to get 2 of my Soft Flex number 2 crimp tubes. These have a really super thick wall. They are, in my opinion, the best crimp tubes on the market. And if you're having trouble like with crimping, period, these might make you more successful. But with a magical crimping plier, they just work perfectly. So I have a couple of those ready. And what I'm going to do is take my lanyard here and feed my bead wire through and feed my crimp tube through, make a loop. I just want to make a loop here. So I'm going to pull my longer end up through, and I don't want this to be too small of a loop because I'm planning to wear my phone on my wrist. So I don't want it to be too small, and I don't want too big of a tail because I'm not sure if it will go through all of my beads. But I'm just going to start off with a loop directly onto my lanyard. And I'll say here that I normally do this kind of thing with jump rings in case anything fails. But this, if I had to restring this, it wouldn't be a lot of stringing, but I really want this to be strong, which is why I'm using my Soft Flex items, because I don't want my phone to get damaged if I'm out doing things and I have this hanging from my wrist. So it really wants to pop out of there. I guess I am going to need a little bit longer tail so I can keep hold of everything. Okay, so I'm going to come with my magical crimping plier and fit my crimp tube squarely in the middle and pull this out just a little bit. And now I'm going to close. And when I remove my plier, I have turned the tube into a square. It looks a little bit like a ravioli, but really just the 4 corners are pinched. And then here's where, if you're not squarely in the middle, you will mangle your crimp tube instead of turning it into a bead. And it's like riding a bicycle. Once you feel like what it feels like in the middle, you'll know what it feels like and get a good crimp every time. So I'm like trying to find that sweet spot. Yep, right there. And I'm going to close in that direction and then just hold that position and open and close and go around a few times, just until you don't feel like you're doing anything. And when you take the tool away, it looks like an 11-0 seed bead. It's so cool. Okay, let's cut open the beads. I don't want to lose my little crimp tube. So here's the reason I did this. I do want to cut open my beads, but the reason I did this is because I know these check glass flowers very well, and I know my Soft Flex 49 strand bead stringing wire very well, and 2 strands of it do not fit through this flower. If they did, I would have made my loop and run both strands up through my flower, but I know that they don't. So I'm going to come right here and remove this tail because, as I said, I know it doesn't fit inside. I've played with these check glass flowers enough in my life to know that these two just don't happen with 2 strands. So I'm going to start off with my flower. and if it will go in a little bit. Oh, it does, just a little bit. So that's going to be the beginning of my lanyard, and now I'm going to go ahead and feed on my other crimp tube so that when I string my wristlet and come back down through, I can crimp right here. So I'm going to cut open all these beads and create a little pattern, and I'm going to get out some spacer beads because I need a little bit. And I'm actually doing this lanyard in silver. Gold is my favorite, but I had this lanyard in silver, and I'm going to make more. I'm going to do some gold ones as well, but I just thought I'd share this first little project with you guys. I have some leftover, not crystal rondelle spacers. I have some leftover check glass faceted rounds in silver. That is so pretty. Just want to do a little bit of silver. Okay, I'm going to just play a little bit with my pattern. I think I'm going to do my Lucerna bicones where they will be at the top of my wristlet. So I'm going to start, do I want that blue in there? It's so beautiful. I don't know if I want to keep it lighter. Maybe I'm just going to dot that in. So I'm going to start with my check glass. And so what I'm going to do, I want my loop to have a pattern. So as I'm stringing up to the middle, I'm going to set aside every bead that I do in my pattern so that I can make sure that I have it for when I come back down. I'll show you what I mean. It's difficult to explain, but in essence, I want this to be at the top of my wrist. I want a little pattern leading up to that, and then I want to repeat that pattern as I come back down to complete my loop. I don't know if that makes sense, but I'm gonna string and I'll show you what I mean. I think I'm also gonna pull in some metallic silver seed beads. Okay, so this is my little pattern, and so as I said, at the top of my wristlet I have my Lucerna bicones, and I'm going to bead back my crimp tube with this same pattern. And so as I was creating this pattern on this side, I was pulling aside just to make sure, since this was a bead mix and since these were leftovers, just to make sure that I had all the same beads to complete my pattern. So I'm just going to continue like that, and everything is pretty much lined up here, and with an 8/0 silver seed bead in between each of my other beads. So just like this, I'll just go back down the other side. You'll start to see, but it's the pattern is just going to repeat coming back. Okay, I am at the end of my pattern, and I don't think that I explained very well what I intended to do, but what I was trying to explain, maybe not so well, is that I did a pattern up to the middle of my wristlet, and here's where I have 5 of my Lucerna bicones, so that should be at the top of my wrist. And then coming off of those bicones, I just wanted to repeat the pattern working back down to my crimp tube so that my wrist loop is, you know, like has the same. And honestly, you could do it random, but I was having fun with this pattern. So now I'm going to come back and kind of move everything out of the way and get my bead stringing wire down through this crimp tube. And let's see, it really doesn't want to go back inside the check glass daisy flower. So just get it in there, wiggle it through. Just give everything a tug. I'm going to back my check glass off so that a little bit of my my bead stringing wire is showing. It's one of the things I love about the Soft Flex wire is when it shows, it's totally okay. And I'm going to come right here and fit my magical crimping plier in and do the same thing that we did on the other end. Just take my time and get squarely in the middle, close my tool, We've pinched the 4 corners of the crimp tube, and now I want to fit it in the opposite direction, close my tool, and just go around. So you can definitely, do these projects with the fold over crimp method. And if this is too small because it's very small, it makes this really tiny little bead. You can put a crimp cover on top of that if you want it to have more of a presence, but a non-jewelry maker has absolutely no clue how this is held together, because it's magical. It's a magical crimping plier. So I'm going to trim that, and I have a ton of beads left over, of course, and I want to put this little cat on, I think, let's see, do I want to put my cat up here or down here? I think I'm going to put my cat right there in that loop. And let me go grab my phone case and I'll show you what this looks like. I'm so excited for it. And put it through my little cat and come right here through this loop. This is so cute. This is the sweetest lanyard, and I have to tell you, I have been seeing lanyards all over the stores, the discount department stores. This is a commercially made one that I bought to take apart because this won't fit on my wrist. And there were so many great things on this, but I got to looking at this and I thought, I can do something. So this is my phone case, and I have had this empty hole forever. So I'm going to attach this to this little loop, and like I said, my intention is to make a wardrobe of these for my phone case. And it was just so cool that the Dollar Bead actually sent me beads that match the little mini lanyard that I had out. So I did find a selection of these colored lanyards on Amazon, and I'll put a link to them if you want to have a little selection of these colorful lanyards. This is just so cute. Now this can go on my wrist, and I made it so that I won't lose my phone. So it's really like my bracelet size, and it can go right on my wrist, and this way I won't lose my phone if I'm walking with my son. My son is in a wheelchair, and a lot of times I connect things to a hook on the back of his chair, and all this time I haven't had like anything on my phone case. So I love this. Thank you so much, Dollar Bead. This was such a fun little project, and there are other ways to do them. One of our friends in our community, Janie Fadley, sent me a whole collection of these like carabiner rings, or these like oversized enameled lobster claw clasps, and this also hooks into my phone case really well. So stay tuned. I think I'm going to have some more designs for phone case jewelry. I'm just like really having fun. It's a little breakaway from bracelets, necklaces, and earrings. So I thank you so much for watching. Again, don't forget to check the description box under this video for links to Dollar Bead if you're interested, and anything that I use. My favorite tools are always there. Anything that I use is always listed there for you. Thanks so much, everybody. I hope you're having a great summer so far. Ciao, friends.